thank you for this opportunity and that warm introduction. We appreciate the opportunity to talk to you. I'm with that organization, Still Serving Veterans. We're a 501c3 nonprofit, and what we do is we empower veterans to employment. We don't give them jobs or get them jobs. We do position them and help them from the ground up in terms of their resume, their job search strategy, any kind of interviewing coaching that they need, and we'll even set up mock interviews. Additionally, what we do in the community is we assist businesses that are looking for talent that are mission first. They have a warrior ethos about leave no one behind, get the mission completed, and then, of course, looking out for their team. So they bring great communication skills, they bring great teamwork, and obviously they bring a high degree of credibility and professionalism to whatever it is that they do. So we're very privileged to work with these young people on a day-to-day basis, and it's an honor to get to work with our nation's warriors as they transition into the next phase of what they're trying to do. I understand I have a limited amount of time, so ministerially speaking, we'll be finished before 3 o'clock today, sure. But did want to share with you some general information about what we have done. We are a statewide organization currently and a little bit beyond our borders. Founded in 2007 up in the Huntsville area. Our mission was to assist veterans as they were transitioning out of the service. Initially they had some medical issues that they were dealing with, and once we addressed those, then of course the employment picture needs to be addressed. So we grew into that piece, and that seems to be the niche. Of course we have the VA and a lot of organizations out there like Wounded Warrior that are helping with medical and physical issues that many of you are familiar with. But the employment piece is a little bit different and a little bit trickier. So one of the things that we have done in 2016, we expanded, and we now have a virtual team where we can reach them wherever they're at globally to be able to help coach and get them in the right lane as they're trying to do what they need to do. We have 3 brick and mortar offices, our headquarters in Huntsville, the first expansion here in 2013 into East Alabama, Phenix City, Columbus area, and then we have another office we opened in 2015 in the Birmingham area, and it's going well. So let me give you a little summary of what we've done. Last year we had over 1,700 clients, which is not as many as we would like. We would love to have a lot more than that. But what we're doing is what is called a high-touch campaign. It's not just, well, here's a website or here's a phone number, call somebody, that sort of thing. We are actively sitting down with these folks. We are talking through, we are listening of all the things and all the keys to trying to help our veterans. The key thing seems to be simply listening to them about what they've done in their service career and what their vision is for what they want to do next. So we try to do that on a day-to-day basis, and after we do that initial intake, then we're following up with them so that we're talking to them every 2 to 4 weeks and checking on them, see what's going on and how can we assist. We are sending out job blasts about there's a job here or a job there, and I want to summarize to you what this has meant. So in the, since our inception in 2007, we have served over 50,000 contact hours with veterans, sitting down and having these conversations. What has that meant? Well, we've had probably in that time a little over, right at $9.5 million donated through some very generous funding through the Call of Duty endowment. Y'all familiar with the video game Call of Duty, making tons of money? Well, they are picking out employment, veteran employment, as their primary philanthropy, and we are one of their top 12 that has been growing with them over the years doing that. What is that translated into? $9.5 million, that sounds like a lot of money, Charlie. It's a lot of money, and we're very proud and we're very careful with that stewardship. What have you done with it? Well, we have turned that into a little over 5 $707 million in wages and salaries and benefits to veterans and their families. That income, those wages and salaries have been principally in Alabama. Now we have some outliers in Virginia and Washington and Idaho and that sort of thing, but for the most part, that money has stayed in the Alabama region, in that economic zone. So let's talk a little bit about what have we been doing down here in East Alabama. Well, in East Alabama, we to date have been able to help 253 veterans and their dependents get hired as of today. Just left the office. I double checked that number. Last year we helped 217, so we're about 26% ahead of last year's total production. So we've been running and gunning, as they say, all year long. And so we're very proud of the number that we've helped. That last year ended up being about $7.4 million in wages and salaries in this economic footprint, here in the Columbus, Phenix City Valley area. That's a huge impact last year. This year, with 253, we are right at $9.9 million. We're less than $100,000 from passing $10 million in wages and salaries and benefits to veterans and their families in this area. What does $10 million do in this community whenever we have that spending power and that sort of leverage going to the various businesses and paying mortgages, new construction, going to the local retailers, insurance businesses, and so forth and so on. So we're very proud of what we're contributing back to the local community here in East Alabama. Just to give you a little bit of a perspective on who these veterans are, don't think these are just the 21-year-old young bucks that have done their tour and they're back home and they're going to stay home with mom. Our age range is from, let's see, 20 years old, and get this, 89 years old. Because he can't go home. He's going to die. He's got to go to work. That's mission focus, ladies and gentlemen. That's what veterans bring to the equation. We have a great relationship with many businesses in the area, and we want to expand that even more, because the last time I talked to some CEOs, they're all struggling to fill positions. Right now here in this area, if you look at Indeed, there are over 2,100 jobs available. 1,700 of those are entry level. About 300 of those are mid-level positions. Now, Indeed.com, which is a national average, right? It's a national organization. What they are defining as a mid-level entry salary is $14.42 an hour as a mid-level pay grade in this area, right? That translates into about $52,000 a year. Excuse me, about $30,000 a year, pardon me, as a mid-level position. Senior level, there were nine executive senior level positions in this economic zone. That's about $52,000 a year. That's what the economic range is holding up to in this area. So that's what they're looking for, those opportunities. They want to stay in this area and work with you. So how can you help? Isn't that the magic question, right? So what we can do is a couple things. First off, you can follow us on Still Serving Veterans on our Facebook page and just give us more information. Share with your friends and neighbors and those that are out there in the community that are concerned about veterans issues. That's the first thing you can do. You can always download an app. How many of you got smartphones? How many? Raise your phone. Yeah. So go ahead, get your phone out right now and download Still Serving Veterans, our app. And you can share that app, and I want to ask you to share it with at least 3 friends. If you'll only share it with 3 friends, and they each do it with 3 friends, and he's got one of the smartest phones in the whole room, right?
I got the only one that's working.
But if you'll share that app, we can leverage that connectivity. And why is that important, Charlie? Well, that's important because according to Newsweek, 94% of all jobs are gotten through networking. All jobs mostly are gotten through networking. You can go online and you can spend hours and hours filling out an online application. How many of you have done that recently? Anybody? No? Okay. How many of you have your employees fill out an online application? Right? Why do we do that? We want to see if they got a little mission focus, if they'll follow through on everything. That's what that whole process is about, isn't it? To see what their work ethic is, right? So if you will let us know, the other way you can help is just send us job applications. If you have a job announcement, not the application. If you have a position that you're looking to fill, or you know somebody that's looking to have a position filled, just send us a brief announcement that they have this need, and we'll be glad to help. Now, here's the hook, if you will. Guess what we charge? Anybody? No?
3%.
All of our services are absolutely free to the veterans and their dependents, and better yet, all of our services are free to the businesses. So, what we're simply trying to do is network people with a need with people that can do the job. That's it. If you have a unique job that you're trying to find the right talent for, I take that as a challenge. I love meeting people, I love talking to people, I love trying to help people help each other. And that's what this whole thing is about. Because when you work as a team, you get a lot more done. There's a lot more leverage in that heavy lift. And so please let us know what we can do to help you and to help our nation's heroes and bring that work ethic into your community so that it will grow and benefit by all of that training and experience that they've had out on the battlefield that will help us in our day-to-day fights as well. So with that, thank you very much, and I appreciate the opportunity, and however I can help you in the future, please let us know. We're just a phone call away.